Hello again, it's Mike with the Claim Squad Public Adjusters, and I want to give you guys and share with you my feelings on the two most horrible, horrific, worthless home insurance companies in Florida. I'm going to tell you briefly, give you a little synopsis of each. So let me go with number one. Number one is Citizens. Hands down, no doubt about it. You can't even argue this. And number two is People's Trust. Now, I did a previous video talking about the 5 worst insurance companies, and I need to correct something that I did in that video. So I put Security First as one of the top 5 worst insurance companies, or 5 worst insurance companies in Florida. It should have been People's Trust. So that's why I'm doing this video. Now let me share something about both briefly. So why is Citizens so bad? Citizens is basically worthless. The only thing it's good for is if you have a fire damage claim. Now, do they cover roof damage from storms? Yes, but there's a caveat to that. And here's the situation. They are now, for the past couple years, denying each and every roof claim. Doesn't matter if your roof is blown off from a hurricane or tornado, they're going to deny it. If a meteor comes in from a hurricane, or a van from a hurricane gets whooped into your roof, they're going to deny it. The other thing that makes them horrible is when you do have to file a lawsuit against them, they're going to drag it on and on and on. I don't wish Citizens on you. I don't wish Citizens on your mother-in-law. I don't wish them on your ex-husband, ex-wife, ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend. It's almost, I hate to say this, but a criminal enterprise that's able to operate by the way they treat people. It's a legal criminal enterprise. The other thing they do with water damage claims, almost everybody has a water damage limit of $10,000. They force you basically to almost have a worthless policy. That's what I meant. But unfortunately, a lot of people in Florida can only get Citizens. Either they've been dropped by their current insurance company, or whatever zip code they live in, no other insurance company will insure them. So are they better than having nothing? I don't know. I gotta be perfectly honest with you. If a situation came with my house and they told me, Mike, you can either get Citizens or that's all we can find for you. Based on what they charge, because they're not cheap, I might just have to go with the mortgage company's insurance company and pay the extra premiums. I don't know. I would really have to think about it. So this is coming from a public adjuster that deals with many other insurance companies. So let's talk about the second worst, most horrific company in Florida, People's Trust. People's Trust has gotten so bad that I actually had a conversation with a law firm about a different case involving a Citizens claim, and they said we are no longer taking any claims involving People's Trust. Think about that. So why is People's Trust so bad? Well, what people don't know is that the agents talk you into getting a contractor endorsement, meaning whatever damage you have to use their contractors. Now, that's kind of like Citizens with the $10,000 water damage, and you have to use their contractors. But here's why it's so bad. Their contractors are subpar. They use subpar employees, and I'm being kind when I say subpar, okay? Below average employees to do the work, below average materials, below average everything. And they're going to do a shoddy job, and there's going to be issues with whatever they do. But you can't, normally with Citizens, if that happens, which it does with their contractors, because they have crappy contractors, you can sue them for breach of contract because they didn't make you whole, meaning that what they did and the work they did was not up to the par that make you whole, which is the whole definition of an insurance company, to make you whole as you were before the loss. Okay? So people's trust, you're limited to their contractors, and then if there's an issue, they have 30 days to correct it, and then if you still aren't satisfied, then you have another 45 days. So essentially there's all these hoops to jump before you can even sue them. So that is if you're lucky enough to have them say they're going to cover the loss, because much like Citizens, they pretty much deny everything, or they'll force you into their contractor network, and it's just a complete disaster. So if you're wondering who the two absolute worst insurance companies for home claims are in Florida, Citizens, People's Trust, and as you guys know from my other video, if I had to name a third, it would be Universal, but we won't get into it. Thanks for watching this video. This is Mike with the Claim Squad Public Adjusters.